go! Wait, I gotta blow the slide whistle one more time to start the show to give you what I need. Today we're gonna talk with two people who have realized that when you combine booze and balloons, everybody wins. But first, we're gonna answer the question, can I just make my own talk show? Well, apparently I can, and I just did. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Dave Brenn Show, the only balloon talk show hosted by me. Welcome. We got a whole lot for you today. I am super excited. My guests today are Jeremy and Lauren Johnston. They, among many other things, host an awesome show called Booze and Balloons. They are also the creators of Pop's Trading Cards. We're going to talk all about that and more in just a little bit. But first, I want to say a huge thank you to my live Zoom audience. We're going to switch over to gallery view right now. There's my live Zoom audience. Folks from all over the world are in the live Zoom audience right now. We've got Eddie visiting all the way from Japan. And Ina, who you can't see right now, her video is off because it's 2 a.m. for her in England. And we've also got Silly Jilly, Marty Pants. We got Rob Fuhrman, Lisa McIntyre, and of course my amazing guests to my right, I'm assuming. I don't know how this mirroring effect works. Jeremy and Lauren Johnston are here, ladies and gentlemen. I am super excited. We've got so much to share with you today. Later in the show, we've got a special segment from the amazing Robbie Fuhrman. We'll get to that in a little bit. We also have some fun polls that we did over on the Facebook group for the Dave Brenn Show Live. And speaking of the Dave Brenn Show Live Facebook group, I want to talk a little bit about that right now because for those of you that follow me on Facebook, you might have heard the word that we've had some fun spammer action going on here on the Dave Brenn Show. Some folks who I just don't know found the link to this show, popped into the Zoom meeting and said all kinds of insane stuff in the chat room. It was fun. It was mildly disturbing, but thankfully it didn't disrupt the flow of the show so much. But to avoid nonsense like that happening going down the road, I've made a private Facebook group just for the folks that want to come and see the show live. So if you want to get your invite to the live show, head on over to facebook.com/groups/The Dave Brenn Show Live and join the group. On that group, we had some polls this week, and we had a couple of different polls. I'm going to read one of the polls right now because I thought it was really hilarious. I asked the question, what's your favorite monster? Because last week, Lauren recommended that the theme for this week's show should be monster-themed. And seeing as how I hate to write and come up with my own ideas, I said, great, that's going to be the theme for my show. Thanks, pal. So here are some of the monsters that were listed in the poll. Where did it go? Oh, it went away. How did the monster poll go away? Oh, it was a candy poll, but then it was a monster thing. But even the monster thing I can't find right now. I had it all pulled out. You guys, I actually prepared more than I usually do for this show. I have a whole separate laptop over here. I have things pulled up. And then, you know, of course, it didn't stay where I wanted it to stay. So we're scrolling, and and it is like literally gone, which is, I find hilarious. Okay, but
it probably got buried in office memes.
It did get buried in office memes. That was a fun thing that I didn't realize when you create your own group. When you invite your crazy friends, they're gonna spam it with memes. Literally every meme every GIF that exists out there with Michael Scott doing something, it's posted. If you're trying to find a Michael Scott GIF, just go over to the Dave Brenn Show, and you'll find it right there. Let's see. Okay, so some of them were Frankenstein's monster. That was my thing, and it's Frankenstein's monster. People, his name is not Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein's monster. Technically, his name is Adam, just for your information. Casper the Ghost was also on there. Delightful. But I think my absolute favorite monster on the list, and it was submitted by Smarty Pants, who is here right now, Qualitex Quartz Purple. I mean, come on. I get a little sweaty just thinking about that. I think that should be the number one vote. We also had a candy poll in the list. We're going to get to the candy poll later. That's a fantastic list. Primarily, it's a fantastic list for what is not on the list. We'll talk more about that later. But first, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce my guests for the day. Let's welcome to the show Jeremy and Lauren Johnston.
Hey.
Hello.
What's up,
How's it going, buddy?
It's going good.
To be real, I'm like nervous because you always are like, so every guest's job is to make me laugh within the first 10 seconds. And I'm all, oh my God, what are we going to do to make him laugh within the first 10 seconds? I don't know. I was stressing. That's the kind of hot mess I am.
Well, apparently you just admitting your stress is what made me laugh. Job done, pal. Job done,
He was
pal.
hot mess.
You get a slide whistle for that. Meditation.
I was thinking you need to get slide whistle merch.
Ooh.
I looked it up and they have them. I mean, you have to buy a lot of them, but they
Right.
have them.
Well, seeing as how you are like basically my merch guy, wink, wink, the Dave Brenn Show sticker from Pop's Trading Cards, I'll just let you take care of that. I'll ask you to order a bunch of them, and then I won't be able to afford to pay you for a few weeks.
Done.
I'm super excited to have you guys on because you have been, well, first of all, you have been like in the radio talk show world, there's a phrase, long-time listener, first-time caller. You guys are like long-time viewers, first-time guests, I think is what I'm going to call you.
First time guessers.
You've been here for almost all of my live Zoom shows, which I do.
We love your show, Dave.
I love you guys. It's like I always just keep my eye a little bit in the top corner at you two, and I'm like, okay, as long as Lauren is laughing, I'm doing it. Right?
It's really hard to make me laugh. So you know you're killing it if I'm
I feel
laughing.
like that's not true, but I'll take it. I'm going to take every compliment that I can get right now.
Yes.
You are very funny though.
Why, thanks, pals. I am absolutely delighted at the amount of effort you guys went to for both your costume and your background.
Oh yeah, let me see if I can.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, look at this. Yes. Spider Queen. And we got
I feel like that's how a spider would dance, yeah?
That was fantastic. and Jeremy, you are
I'm her snack.
It's my little snack over here, you guys.
My tissue's falling off though.
I mean, you look like a wet dream of someone right at the beginning of COVID. Like, he's got my toilet paper. Gimme!
Mob's chasing me.
Honestly, I feel like this costume's a little insensitive, Jeremy.
Oh, yes.
With the state of the world right now, how dare you? You had better take off every single strip of that and put it
I
back
plan on using it all.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you do.
No, go to waste.
I already sneezed on my arm. I mean,
just wrap it around your face as a mask the next time you go to the store.
it was.
Like, it was.
And then I sneezed.
I don't think the CDC recommends 2-ply toilet paper. I think they ask for a little bit more, to be honest with you.
It's 1-ply. We're in a pandemic.
Let's not be crazy.
It's the half-ply from like public restrooms.
Where you just like peel off 1-ply and wrap it on your own roll to take home.
You only get one square every time because that's how it breaks.
I can't spare a square. A square to spare?
Seinfeld reference.
Yeah, you know it. You know it. Uh, so you've got your booze, clearly. You've got your balloons. Put them together. You've got booze and balloons.
Yes.
I want you to tell me all about booze and balloons because this is like literally my favorite concept that I've ever heard of.
I love you so much. So yeah, we did do it up for your show, but also we do have our Halloween, extravaganza of booze and balloons tonight. So we may have done a little for that too. But back in April, I am I'm like, he's just gonna bounce while I talk about this. Back in April, like the beginning of everything. Get it. I'm part of a couple business networking groups. I'm an admin, and kind of my business coach was like, you should be doing videos, you should be on live, people are gonna connect, whatever, you're loud, Yeah. And I was like, no thanks. I am not into being on camera. I don't like to be center of attention. It makes me really nervous. I get so he's like, just try it. Just do little videos. He made me an admin of this group, Live the Good Life Las Vegas. So it's all about Vegas and fun and, for locals. And I'm like, okay, well, that might be kind of cool because then I'm kind of talking to locals about our business. My first shows were called Quarantinis and Chill.
Ooh, nice name. I like that. I mean, the pun, oof. Your pun game is so on point, pal.
I live on puns. For anybody who knows me, I really love puns and gifts, as we talked about earlier.
I have heard some people like carbs, you like puns and gifts. I get it.
Yeah, that's my life. That's me in a nutshell, is gifts and puns. So Quarantinis and Chill was just me sipping on a drink and being like, hey, so you guys, what shows are you watching right now? Who's your favorite character? What's a good movie? Kind of boring. And I'm like, so that was okay. It wasn't like too bad to be on camera. But then I'm like, you know what, Jeremy, what if we brought in balloons?
Let's be honest. She said, Jeremy, we're doing this.
What if you do exactly as I say and get on my show while I'm just chilling and hanging out with everybody and make balloons? So it started just basic, he was just kind of twisting off to the side and I'm just kind of laughing with people. And that's kind of the whole idea of it, is it's an interactive live show. It's supposed to be like you're going to happy hour with your friends who also happen to do balloons, and you're just cracking jokes, we're drinking, and we're also making balloons. Yes. So then it turned into, every week has a theme, and, we'll take requests, and in between we do like trivia, everything you're going to do at happy hour, trivia, you're having dance parties, all that kind of stuff. And then he comes on with amazing balloons, and then we're like, hey, here's our website. Locals, check us out, right?
Right.
So yeah, that's booze and balloons.
Potential alone. I mean, it just sounds fascinating. And I mean, it's good. I had a similar experience in even doing this show where I also needed that kick from someone else to be like, hey, this is a thing you should try. It is great. It's great, isn't it, when you get someone who like sees something in you and they're like, you should try this, because it takes out a certain level of like, what do I do? I don't even know. Well, someone else already made this decision for me. They saw something in me and I'm going to go for it.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, he was pushing me for months. I'll be honest. He was pushing me for a while. He's like, live videos, I'm telling you, you should do them. And I'm like, yeah, at some point.
Yeah. Well, I absolutely agree. Whoever that guy is, he's a genius. You're delightful on camera.
Thanks,
Jeremy, you're delightful wrapped up in toilet paper. It's a great combo. Actually, and so Jeremy, tell me more about like your side of things in terms of what is the process for you creating. Like, when do you come up with ideas in advance, or do you just kind of like?
It's like they just request stuff, and we try to like keep it as close to the theme we're doing as possible, just to make more decor as the show goes on. So we'll just add it to the decor we prepared beforehand. Yeah, it's just whatever they want, really.
Yeah. and the I'm absolutely in love with the fireplace projection on the wall. So I'm assuming that projector is kind of a big part of what you do as well. You kind of add elements to it that way.
Yeah, she'll pull up like a trivia once in a while on there, and she'll have them answer the questions, and then we actually give the audience members packs of postcards if they win.
And not even if they win now, it's just like,
yeah,
hey,
you participate, you get a pack.
Here's
Yeah.
some merch so that you can like actually, you know, be interacting with us.
Right.
But yeah, so I do shows are a lot of prep work. My gosh. So I do like on that theme, I'll look up themed videos and I make a full playlist and I try to put them in order and time it out and all that stuff. So
Right.
yes, the screen is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. And I mean, it just sounds super, super engaging. Like you've got a crowd of people together. They're all kind of on the same wavelength. You've got a cool thing to look at. You got a cool chick saying funny things. Great.
How about cool? Like the whole thing is like, we're ridiculous, you know,
Right.
like we like to be ridiculous. I don't take myself seriously. He obviously does not take himself seriously.
No, we
So-
choreographed like Mean Girls dance to one Christmas episode, you know. Like,
we like to open
And I
every show with
nailed
something
it.
silly. So we encourage people. I'm like, okay, now it's dance time. I don't care who's around you. Get up. We're doing a dance party. Do your most ridiculous dance. You know, we want everyone to have fun because, you know, this whole summer was, you know, not the most fun. So we were trying to make it like still, you're going out to a party. We're all hanging out. This is something that we can do together and
Right.
not think about all the serious stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. And speaking of Pops cards, also, I mean, that was I think I said this to you, Jeremy, when I was like a bottle deep in red wine at Twist and Shout this year, or I don't think I was.
so which day was that?
Time.
But my stack of Pops trading cards right here.
Hey.
The thing that really drew me to Pops trading cards, it's not even necessarily the cards themselves, but what I saw happening to other people. This Twist and Shout was it was the Pops trading cards Twist and Shout. Like literally everybody had fat stacks of binders. They were constantly trading, and I was like, people come out with products all the time. The vendor room is full of people selling whatever random thing they've come up with, whether that's like costumes or balloon bags or new gadgets or whatever. And I was like, you single-handedly created the most engaging product for the balloon industry that I have seen the entire time I've been a balloon artist.
Oh, thank you.
And that's his baby. Like that was
Yeah.
his idea from the beginning. I don't have that art brain, so when he told me about it, I was like, all right, cool. Like, cool, whatever, if you want to do that. I don't get it, but cool. And then when I saw it like coming out, I started to see the characters. I was like, wow.
Yeah. So what was tell me about that. Tell me more about like the creation process, all that stuff. Hit me, Jeremy.
Oh, okay.
You better make me laugh.
Dang it. I feel like a failure already. Okay, you laughed. Okay, now get serious.
Okay, now we're done.
Job done. Moving on.
No, I've been thinking about doing some kind of trading card thing in our industry for a very, very long time. I've been in the industry for, I would say, about 35 years, and I've been a part of like conventions since 2005. But I was thinking about how to do it, but when you actually take someone's image, their photograph, and you can't legally take their photograph and put it on a card and then try to sell it back to them.
Right.
For some reason, they don't like that. It's frowned upon.
That really just rubs people the wrong way. I'm not really sure why.
So my dad is a character artist, and I started inquiring through him. We started chatting about things and discovered that artwork, if you're in the light, if you're a celebrity, artwork is free. I mean, like you can't regulate copyright on artwork.
Right.
So technically we could do any card we want because it's artwork, and then we sell prints of his artwork. We just took the trading card route and did it that way. And,
Right.
and I'm loving how it turned out.
Yeah, I mean it's super fun. I have where is my thing? Here it is. Like this is one of my prized possessions. In plexiglass, Dave
Nice.
Brenn card with my stats. It's got my grubby fingerprints all over it. I have to clean it up. But like
Got nail
I love
polish on
this thing. I love it. I love it.
And your nails look fabulous, by the
it.
way.
Yes.
Why, thank you. And in fact, I did those last night with Lisa
love the colors.
McIntyre. I tried, so on the Facebook group, there's like, you can do rooms, which is like a thing. And so
Yes.
I tried that for the first time. I started a room just to see how it works. And I did my nails with Lisa there. Actually, Lisa,
good.
here, I'm going to pop over to, actually, I'll just highlight her to show off her kick-ass nails.
Yes.
Oh, my lord. I love that your virtual background can't figure out what to do with your nails.
He keeps wanting to take them over.
It's like,
How do you
these
get 'em
nails
to
look good, but
disappear
they'd
like
look better with a black splash right here, don't you think?
Right?
That's
So
amazing.
good.
So that was super fun. Yeah, so I've been, on the advice of a friend, I have been keeping my nails white for the show because it's a little brighter and you can see it, and like they back here especially, they can get a little darker, too dark. But I was like, it's Halloween, it's fall, it's time for Burgundy, not Burgundy, Burgundy with the O.
Ron Burgundy?
Ron Burgundy. I use, for those of you wondering, I use powder dip, and I do like seriously like 3 layers thick. I don't know if you can see it, but it gives you that real good clack, 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 clack. That is my favorite thing in the world.
Back.
I do want to mention. Oh, you know what? This is actually not a bad time to do that. Let me pop over to the Facebook page right now. So again, I'll mention for those of you watching, if you want to watch the show, if you want to watch the live show, go to facebook.com/groups/The Dave Brenn Show. That is where I will be posting the links to the show to keep out the weird, creepy spammers. And we're gonna take a look at the candy poll that we did. I didn't start this poll, by the way. Somebody else did. Dan Mask started the poll. And when he started the poll, there were 4 options: Snickers, 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 and Snickers. I have a feeling Dan was just trying to suck up to me. I'm not really sure, but he did a real good job. But then other people on the page started to add their own, and one thing that I noticed, and I even commented on this, and it never changed even after I commented, which is interesting that candy corn is nowhere to be found on this list. It doesn't even get a vote, candy corn. So what is that saying? Now, just briefly, I want to clarify something. I don't want people to think that I have a vendetta against candy corn. I want people to know that I have a vendetta against candy corn. It's not real candy. Don't eat it. Don't buy it. Don't buy into the system. You're being controlled by the man. Anyway, here are the lists. I'll start at the bottom of the list. 2 of the Snickers got 0 votes, which I'm like really disappointed about. So Snickers, 0 votes. Snickers, 0 votes. Twix, 1 vote. I approve. Twix, definitely good. Banana Laffy Taffy, 1 vote. That's where it belongs, down at the bottom of the list. Come on, banana. It's not that I have a problem with Laffy Taffy. It's just banana flavored anything. Really? Really? Ugh.
Banana flavored banana?
Needs to be chocolate covered.
Chocolate
Yeah,
covered.
there we go. It's basically a Twix of a banana.
Yes.
A 0 bar? I don't even know what that is, but it also got 1 vote. Soylent Green also got 1 vote. Soylent Green got the same number of votes as Banana Laffy Taffy. Figure that one out. Snickers, 2 votes. Snickers with a smiley face, 2 votes. Raisins. Smarty Pants, I'm looking at you. Smarty Pants put raisins in there. Where are you, Smarty Pants? Oh, he turned his camera off. Yeah, he's too ashamed of himself. Oh, there he goes. He came back in.
We wouldn't go back to that house on Halloween.
Not even chocolate covered raisins, just raisins. Like seriously, what's wrong with you? I don't understand.
Nature's candy. It's nature's candy.
It's nature's candy. Oh, mute yourself. You're not allowed to talk. Nature's candy. Don't give me that nonsense. All right. With 2 votes, we had Big Hunk. I haven't eaten a Big Hunk in ages. Oh, Lisa got kicked out for some reason. I don't know what happened to her. I'm going to let her back in. Okay.
Adam's waiting to be let in, though.
Big Hunk. Then Snickers coming in with 4 votes. Almost at the top of the list. But the number one, and I 100% agree with this, Pumpkin Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. I think we can all agree. Pumpkin-shaped Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Buster talked about that on the episode when he was on a couple of weeks ago. It is the perfect combination of chocolate and peanut butter cup filling.
Perfect ratio.
And it's shaped like a pumpkin. Hooray.
Who doesn't love that?
I mean, I don't not love that.
I'm confused by what we're saying now.
Who doesn't love that? Wait, do I raise my hand or do I opposite raise my hand? What's the opposite of I do not like that?
Yeah, Snickers is my favorite. Always has been. And have you had the Snickers ice cream bars?
Oh, yes. Okay, I have a little bit of a story about the Snickers ice cream bar. I was in high school. There was one year where the cafeteria started offering the ice cream versions of candy bars in their little the little extra kiosk where you can pay real money to buy real food.
Right.
And they had the Snickers ice cream bars, and I was obsessed. Every day, if I had money, I would buy a Snickers ice cream bar. And then one day, I was friends with this kid. He was that friend that always got you to do stuff that was really bad. And he convinced me to help him break into the cafeteria after school to steal a bunch of Snickers ice cream bars.
What?
I know. I didn't physically do the taking. He did the taking, but he took an entire box of Snickers ice cream bars, and we went and we both ate 2 of them, and then we were ugh, we were full. And then we just had this box of ice cream bars that we didn't know what to do with, which eventually just melted, and they were completely wasted. So a lesson for you out there.
Don't hang out with Robbie Fuhrman.
Don't hang out with Robbie Fuhrman. Yes. Actually, that's a great segue. I think it's time we're going to pop over. Is Robbie here still? Yes, he is.
You better be.
All right.
Hello there.
So, ladies and gents, Robbie Fuhrman is here to do a new segment that we're having on the show today called, let's say, Robbie reads the news. We're going to call it that. Robbie Fuhrman today, ladies and gentlemen, is going to offer a little bit of what you should be thinking about, knowing about, what's happening, what's exciting in the balloon world these days. So Robbie Fuhrman, man on the street, take it away, buddy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. So that is great. Happy to be here every week. Dave gave me 5 minutes just to talk about things that are happening in the balloon world. This could be from the twister world, the deco twisting world, or the decorating world. So I just wanted to bring you all a little bit of what is going on, what I've heard about. So in the news, I don't know if anyone's been hearing about what's going on TikTok. So on TikTok, we had a TikTok poster talking about how her designs, I'm not going to name her name, but you can easily find this. So there's a woman out there who's in Texas, who's not anybody we know, but she's a professional balloon artist who creates mosaic designs using foam core or other slats of or types of box work to make letters. She was selling a simple letter for $300 and posting it on TikTok to show how she makes it. Well, in the news, she had over 1 million different people coming on, liking, mentioning, talking about it. It's kind of made a little bit of a controversy because she kind of challenged people to see if they could do it for less or quicker or better than she could. And a lot of negative flack came back to her from people around the world who are saying $300, a lot of money to spend on balloons. So that's happening right now. It's still going on. There's a big backlash. So that's something just to let you know what's going on out there. Also in the news, there's been a balloon shortage. I don't know if anyone here has personally been experiencing that or having to find out from their distributor that a lot of different balloon products are not in stock. In fact, a lot of people recently have been looking for different simple colors, blush, mocha. Pretty much a lot of the distributors have been out of all the different sizes in these different balloons. Luckily for the Twister world, it's not really affecting us so much, more so the decorating world. But both distributors, both the manufacturers both manufacturers, Qualitex and Metallic, just put out a statement this last week or so about addressing the shortage within the balloon world. Qualitex just came out and basically said, due to COVID, being that they were not an essential business, they had to stop production. They did stop production it was very on and off, and they now are coming back to full production. So that is something that's happening today. Balloons at the different distributors, they're saying their stocks are running dry. But again, they're saying that the shelves will be restocked at almost all distributors. So that is happening right now. The other thing that's in the news, a lot of people are talking about, is the DIYers. Just to let you know, a lot of people, there's a little bit of a slack going on out there about the DIYers who are coming into the balloon world to doing a lot of what's known as lawn art or doing decoration, organic. So it's a great thing for the balloon world. We're seeing more and more people coming in. Problem is, people who are trying to make a living at this and doing it for many years are now being basically pushed out by a lot of brand new people who are not investing into learning or basically even buying people's videos. The biggest thing is that they are just copying people's website pictures and whatnot. So that's a little bit in the news in the world of balloons. That's on the decorating side. On the twisting side, we have heard that we have Twist and Shout is a virtual convention. It is being put together right now. And we are looking sometime around the same time it is every year in January. Patty Sorrell has contacted a lot of different people to see if they can. Oh, did I go away?
There you go.
Oh, okay. She contacted a lot of people, and it looks like she's getting a lot of support from the community to do a virtual convention. So that's happening. There's also another one happening down in Florida. I don't have the name of it offhand, but there is a Florida convention, virtual convention. It's going to be happening sometime in the January months too, but I don't know the name of that one. But anyway, also this just handed to me. It looks like this is in the news, an update. Yes, Jeremy Johnson has no talent and Lauren is the real artist. So this was just handed to me as an update. You can see it right there, update. So I'm not sure what the source was. I don't believe this is fake news because it's written down. So that's right there. Okay. You can't make this stuff up. Okay. So
that's 5 minutes. Is that 5 minutes?
That's 5 minutes right there.
That's my 5 minutes. Thank you very much, everyone. In the news from Robbie Fuhrman.
Thank you, Robbie Fuhrman. Let's hear it for Robbie. Great job, Robbie. Thank you for that news. I am, first of all, super excited that Lauren is the real talent. No, super excited that Twist and Shout is having a virtual convention. I was like, oh, what do we do? I don't know. But we're having a virtual convention. I'm super excited about that. I'm hoping to be involved in some form. I'm definitely going to do a special episode of the Dave Brenn Show in and around that time for sure. I've been talking with Patty about potentially getting her as a guest on the show, which would be super fun.
Oh, cool.
And Rob had a great suggestion in the comments for the title of your section, which is Robbie's Ramblings. I like that.
I love that.
I also, Robbie, was contemplating, I was like, it'd be great if on your news segment, if you like played a character. And I really want to call you, for some reason, I want to call you Furby Roman. So if you can contemplate, what does Furby Roman look like? I have a feeling he has just like a very tiny toupee. Like not one that actually covers the entirety.
I don't know where you're going with that one.
Just like a little tiny one.
I'm Robbie Fuhrman?
You have to open his show with the deprecation whistle, where it doesn't come back up.
Yeah, the self-deprecation slide whistle.
Now let's hear from Furby Roman.
I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get.
All right. Real quick, before we're going to come back to our guests, Jeremy and Lauren, in a sec to talk about some other stuff, notably their brand new Patreon, which I'm excited about. And speaking of Patreon, I want to take a moment to start continue filling up my gratitude jar. So in the gratitude jar, every week I put a penny for each of my patrons over at patreon.com/Dave Brenn. Thank you so much to all of my folks that support me over there. Last week, the last penny that I put in the jar was for you, Robbie Fuhrman. You were in the first batch of people that joined my Patreon back in December of 2018. Although you joined, Robbie, you joined as anonymous, but your email account was still robbie@robbiefurman.com or whatever. It was like, well, I know who anonymous is now. But so anyway, last week we did all of the December folks. Now we're going to do January and February of 2019, starting with, oh, wait, and actually I do one more thing. I need to do a correction from last week. I mentioned Ryan LaValle as one of my patrons, and I was like, Ryan LaValle, who is famous for his large costume entrance at Twist and Shout. That's the wrong LaValle. That's Glenn LaValle.
Yes.
Sorry, Glenn and Ryan, for confusing the two of you. Anyway, what is that rumbly noise? Is that coming from me or
Robbie?
Robin, is your mic still on, Belle? No? Let me see. I'll go into gallery. Ah, it's gone. Okay, cool.
I think
So
it
live
might be
show.
my family.
Time for that.
Sorry.
Okay, so starting in January, Daryl Uno, thank you very much. A penny in the jar for you. Jonathan Fudge, thank you very much. Mark Byrne, thank you, pal. Stephanie Brockman, awesome, thank you. Lori Wheels, thank you very much. Jonah Fagel, thank you, sir. Sean Gardner, thank you very, very much. And Corey Moorhead. Those were all of my patrons from January to February 2019. My goal is to get $10 in pennies in this jar, which is 1,000 patrons. That's crazy, I know, but guess what? So am I. Awesome, folks. Thank you so much. We're going to get back now to my guests, Jeremy and Lauren. Welcome back to the show.
I'm having such a hard time because I'm not muted this time and I'm laughing loud.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like laughing over his talking. So sorry.
That's okay. It makes me happy. Usually my guests don't laugh at me as much as you do. So it's
You're
pretty
welcome.
good ego boost for me, pal. But tell me about your Patreon, because I know you guys just started one. What's the dealio?
We started a Patreon for Pops, and we have a new addition to the website, which is super cool. So our Patreon, if you go on to our Patreon, you could, subscribe at different levels or whatever, and you get products and perks. And one of the perks is you get nominations. So then you head over to the website with your nominations, and you can choose who you want to pick to go up the ladder to vote to be on a card. And actually, I wanted to show you.
Hopefully no technical difficulties.
So the new website looks kind of like that.
Yeah.
There's different sections on it, and one of them is the digital release section. And in that digital release section, we have a Dave Brenn card.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. There we go. Hey.
Yes. Oh, that's great. Oh, this is the first time I'm seeing the illustration. I absolutely love it. This is so good. Here, I'm going to turn off my video real quick.
I should have made a slide whistle in there, I'm thinking.
Here, keep that up. We're going to, can I click back to me? Oh, I can't do that. Anyway, that's so good. I'm so happy about this.
And it's got your little sticker in the back.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yes. So good. Got my little sticker. Oh, this is great.
the nomination page, you can go on there and nominate whoever you want, and the list just goes and goes, artist after artist after artist, and you can just click on them, and you can add a vote to them and add a comment about why you're voting on them. So it says a little nice thing about
and that'll make
everybody.
them feel happy. Like, come on,
Yeah.
that give them some.
How many votes do I have?
You have 51, 99 more to go to print.
Oh, sick!
Yeah.
I'm halfway there. That's amazing.
We're halfway there.
Whoa, living on a prayer.
I knew you wouldn't leave me hanging.
My friend Scott Neary made a post today on Facebook that made me crack up. He was like, I feel like Bon Jovi has got to be at least 3/4 of the way there at this point.
Yes!
Yeah.
That's so much.
That's awesome. So what is your Patreon account?
Patreon.com/4 Pops Cards.
4 Pops Cards. Patreon.com, 4 Pops Cards. Go over there, support them. Find other artists too that you like to support. I support, I don't know, 6 or 7 different people. People that I love what they're creating, and I want them to be able to keep creating more. And it's not just balloon people. Like there's this one guy that I support who just makes these really awesome cooking videos on YouTube, and he's fun and charming and entertaining, and also like really genuine about what he does. And that's what Patreon is great for. Pops Trading Cards is a great company. Like I said, they created like literally one of the most engaging products in the balloon industry, and I want them to be able to keep doing that. So head over there, support them, show them some love. This is great. Before we go, I want to ask you guys, what are your plans? I know it's quarantine. I know it's difficult right now, but do you have plans for Halloween?
Not really. We're taking the week off from our Booze and Balloons show.
I'm actually working.
We're doing our extravaganza tonight, and then he does have a job here. What? Like,
what?
This will be my first twisting job since,
Yeah. Since
February.
The thing that shall not be named, yes.
Yes.
And it's at a place called Nightmare Toys. How cool is that going to be?
Ooh. How is that going to work?
I actually will set up my kit, and I'll have a tip jar way far away from me, and I'll make balloons, and I'll throw them to people. I don't know.
It's all about that.
I'll
distance.
figure it out.
We need the money right now, y'all.
I hear you.
You feel me?
I'll get a magpole, and I'll be like, "Here's your balloon, kid."
That's awesome. Well, good luck with that. Thank you for being here. Good luck with your Patreon. I hope that goes really well. We're gonna end the recording here in just a minute or two. There's a couple more things I want to mention before we do that. However, one thing is, for those of you watching live now, and even if you're watching the recording before Halloween, next Friday, October 30th, is the day before Halloween. The Dave Brenn Show is actually going to start a little bit late, and the reason for that is because my pal Buster Balloon is hosting his first, or not his first, I'm pretty sure he's done more, but this is the first one that I've heard about and bought tickets for, a virtual live Halloween show. I love Buster. I love all of the stuff that he comes up with. A lot of the tricks that he does is like stuff that he's actually built himself, which I think is really rad. Buster's just obsessed with Halloween, so if you're obsessed with Halloween, it's probably going to be a good show for you to go check out. So, to make sure that his show is packed and that I am not conflicting with his time, his show is from 8 to 8:45 Central Time, or 6 to 6:45 Pacific Time, where he is at. So I'm going to start the show as soon as I'm done over at his show, probably around 6:50 or 7, somewhere in there, or 8:50 or 9 if you're in Central Time. Or if you're in England or Japan, I don't know how to do the math for that. You're just going to have to figure that one out. But so just so you know, next week's show, we're going to start a little bit later to do that. And please, if you haven't already, head over to busterballoon.com. That is the website, busterballoon.com, where you can buy tickets for the show. Show Buster some love and support. I'm sure we all need the money right now, and it's always a good thing to spread a little bit of it when you have an extra bit laying around. Remember to support the show by heading over to patreon.com/Dave Brenn. It absolutely helps me out. Also, hit like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. That also helps me out tremendously. If you want to get the notifications and updates for how to join the live show, head on over to facebook.com/groups/The Dave Brenn Show. We're going to close it out here in just a second by saying hello one more time to my amazing live studio audience. Thank you all so much for being here. You guys are amazing. You're the reason why I do this show. Woo! After I'm done, after I hit the end of this record, all of these folks right here are going to hang out with me, and we're just going to chat and catch up and have fun with our balloon family. Listen, if you miss your balloon family as much as I do, this show is the show for you. I hope to see you here every week. Don't forget that it is slide whistle every day in my house. And in case you were wondering whether or not I can make my own talk show, the answer is apparently I can, and I just did. See you next time, pals.
I don't know if you read the
Did it,
chat.
everybody. Good show. Thank you. Let's have a big round of applause for Jeremy and Lauren, everybody.
Hey.